Joe Weider has been creating champion bodybuilders since 1936, when he took the primitive existing knowledge of weight training and nutrition and began to search for better ways to build bodies. His painstaking research led to the creation of the Weider Principles, a series of revolutionary advances in training methods and applications. Joe Weider's investigations into nutritional requirements for bodybuilders and other athletes led to a discovery that they had many special needs that weren't being met by their diets. The Weider Victory line of products was created for those who want to be champions, the best in the world at what they do. Let's meet a few of Joe Weider's Mega Mass champions up close and personal. Kevin Levrone has exploded on the professional level after coming out of nowhere to win the NPC Nationals. His muscle density and inhuman strength have already made him a legend among Weider champions.
Maybe I'm really not that famous right now. I mean, it's not like I'm a movie star or something, you know? So there's other goals that I have in mind. And I think by me having other goals that I want to accomplish, it kind of keeps me headed in a straight line in a direction as far as looking forward to getting a little more out of life. Always read in the magazines before I even started training. You know, I would read articles about, you know, guys, you want to be big, you got to lift big, you got to train heavy, you got to eat, you got to sleep. So I took that kind of approach to it. Comes to this show, I'm more relaxed than I've ever probably been in, you know, for any other contest. So there's really no pressure right there, you know. I play second, and the only thing that I want to do is go in this contest better than I was last year. And everything's looking good, so the only thing I can do is just stay positive and go out and give it 100% again.
sultry Sharon Bruneau has brought a sensuality to women's bodybuilding that has to be seen to be believed. Her lean, sculpted physique is the perfect embodiment of both femininity and power.
I think I have a type physique that they're looking for right now, mainly because of the shape that I do have, and that's only thanks to my dad. I had probably messed up worse than anybody could in previous contests, North American being one of them, by meaning my preparation for contest. And as we all know, it's trial and error and learning what your body responds to. Being my first Olympia, I was very excited to compete in it, obviously, and being on stage was just a goal that I've always attended to for the last 9 years of training. I thought it would be quite similar to the Ms. Internationals that I competed in last February, but it's not. It's still a step above, and it felt great being there with girls alike as Landa Murray and Laura Cravell, Diana Dennis. These are girls that I've always looked up to and kind of coordinated my training towards. So it was a treat for me. It was a blessing for me to be up there with the other girls. Now, I just try to plug myself as much as I can. I try to make as many appearances as I'm able to do. Usually after each contest, I stay in Los Angeles for a couple of weeks to do the photo shoots and just to get my face out there.
Vince Taylor is perhaps the consummate Weider athlete. Despite his impressive rapid-fire series of professional victories, he's remained the same old Vince, working hard and giving it his all each time he mounts a bodybuilding stage.
In the bodybuilding right now and trying to become one of the best pros in the bodybuilding world. This is a difficult challenge, and I had a career starting off at the Nationals and then the United Champions and Olympia, third place in 1989. This year, fortunately, 1991, I was able to come in third place again with a string of European victories after the tour. So right now I'm trying to establish myself as one of the primary pros in the world. You know, it's a gift to be able to compete with these guys, but to be one of the best of the guys is also an extra strive for me. So I'm shooting for to be not the best bodybuilder out here, but one of the best.
Check it out.
I have a great admiration for a lot of the older bodybuilders in the sport. Albert Beckles, for example, is one of my truest friends and supporter, and me to him likewise. We've been able to, this generation of bodybuilders, and I don't even include myself actually in this generation. I'm 35, and these guys below me are 20s and 19s. But I think the standard that which has been set out by these younger guys coming in is keeping us middle-aged guys to do more. And that's where the difference is. These guys are meeting the challenge. And when they have to meet it, and we look at those guys and say, we got to meet it to stay where we are. So it's like a dog race now, with Lee Haney on the top. A lot of guys getting bold, challenging him face to face. So, you got to be prepared to make a challenge like that. If not, you just got to be prepared because the sport is escalating. We're getting sharper and harder all the time, and you can only go so far. This is the point where the sport is really putting it to us.
Basically, I started training to prepare myself for the physical agility test for the Phoenix Fire Department. I needed a lot of upper body strength, which is where most women fall down in the physical agility test. So basically, I started training my upper body for that. And my lower body, for my legs, I did a lot of cardiovascular, I did a lot of hiking and things for, to build up the endurance, but I didn't do a lot of squats or a lot of actual leg workouts in the gym. So my upper body has about a year a head start on my legs as far as weight training. I've always liked sports. I like to be outside. I like challenges. I like competition. So I've always been interested in sports. Basically, a friend of mine was going to compete in the Arizona State Championships. We were roommates at the time, and she said, why don't we train together for it, diet together, and go for it. So I decided, why not? I entered it, and I won.
Mike Matarazzo burst onto the scene with a level of freakish size that most thought a human could never achieve. With his 23-inch arms and 22-inch calves, Mike has inspired thousands of youngsters to train in hopes of looking like the Boston Mass.
When I walked in the goals, I turned a few heads. I was dressed from head to toe because I like to stay warm when I warm up. But after I got a little pumped up and I took my top off, then a lot of heads started turning. Jim Quinn, a lot of professionals approached me and asked who I was. I got to talking with them, and they were really, really impressed with what they saw. And after I got that response, I felt really good. I didn't believe myself to be that kind of caliber, but I guess I am. When I first got into bodybuilding, I didn't really dream of going like professional or anything because I was only 16 years old. I just wanted to get bigger and, try to impress some people around where my neighborhood, my friends. But after the first year, I made so many gains so fast, I wanted to pursue it. And after about a year or so, I decided I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. There's no stopping me size-wise. I can get as big as my mind wants me to get. After the Gold's Classic, I got up to 285 pounds. I had 23-inch arms. Measurements. I set no limit. It's just like when I come into the gym, I set no limit. I don't time myself. I don't count the reps. So I'm just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Every year, I'm just going to keep improving, barring accidents. By the grace of God, and thanks to my parents' genetics, I'm just going to keep going.
Lenda Murray is the dominating female bodybuilder of the 90s with an undefeated record of 3 Ms. Olympias easily behind her. This lovely lady from Detroit makes it all look so easy that she has motivated a new generation of women to train.
It took me, like I said, 4 years before I actually won my state title, and I took it one step at a time. I never dreamed that I would follow in the footsteps of Corey to even win the Miss Olympia one time. And when I entered the Miss Olympia the first time in 1990, I went in and I tried to do the best, to give it my all, and it turned out that I won. So, I never realized or dreamed that it would come to this. My life has changed as far as this last year, being Miss Olympia. Financially, definitely that's changed. I've been very busy. I've been doing guest appearances. I'd say I've done maybe 40 out of the whole year, and just getting the opportunity to see the world. I've been to Italy, I've been to Germany, I've been to North Carolina, Hawaii, I've met Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've done quite a bit, so it's very different from last year, especially the travel and the finances. What I enjoy most about being Miss Olympia is just all the exciting people that I've met this year. And it's just really enhanced my life. I think more than the raise in income, I've enjoyed most the people. And that's truly a great thing. You can meet so many people from, all over the world compared to just being here in where I'm located in Michigan.
Joe Weider's MegaMass champions have all achieved their awesome physiques through similar techniques by training hard, applying the Weider training principles, and using Joe Weider's Victory supplements. Each bodybuilder is different, yet each has the same passion to be the best that has made them rise above the masses to become champions. Becoming a champion doesn't happen overnight, but with the right attitude, training, and nutritional support, anyone can begin their journey that will lead to their ultimate physique.